So, the Highlands, everyone.
Oh
Welcome.
yeah. It's so great to be back in the Highlands. It feels like we never left.
Yeah, I'm very excited to be here because this is the land of Highlanders, right? So
Hmm
no matter if you live here, you are immortal.
Yeah, that theory is going to be tested immediately.
Yeah. These people are the opposite of
Okay.
immortal. These people are very stab worthy almost the whole movie. Everyone gets hung, everyone gets chopped up into bits. Not one person, other than the old man, Seamus's dad, who basically takes on, he's like dead meat from what was his name? Latrine from Top Secret, the movie. He's the guy that
Mhm.
always like gets fucked up more than anybody else. So this movie is just about him getting fucked up and living through everything. Chop off his hand, stick him in the gut, doesn't matter, all good.
Mhm.
So we'll get to it. Guys, this is about as historically accurate as Highlander the movie. So let's get to
Yeah.
it and let's start talking about it. No.
No.
Dude.
Welcome, kilts and kiltettes, to to Swordboys, cut by cut. I'm Jonathan, and I picked this movie. It's Braveheart, and with me are my two. One's Irish and one's Longshanks. He's very tall.
A weirdo like Gonzo.
Yeah, like he's like a gonzo.
He's a whatever.
He's a whatever. So welcome.
That's right. I'm Rick, and
I'm Robin. I'm Dune. I'm Clem.
No, this is-
Robin.
Is this what we're gonna have to listen to? It's terrible. That sounds like Paul Rudd doing the slap in the bass voice.
Slapping the bass.
Slapping the
That's a
bass.
Scottish accent.
That's not a Scottish accent. So we're gonna be doing Scottish accents because they're the best.
Yep.
We're also gonna do Irish accents that will not be good. None of these will be good.
no,
Right.
and they're going to vary wildly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, we'll get into a groove, and hopefully, as we get through it, we'll start finding like the John C. McCloys that we want to be, and other people that are in this movie. So
That's right.
let's
so
talk
this
about
is
this movie.
so yeah, this is cut one of Braveheart.
Wait,
It begins with
Braveheart.
production credits and sweeping aerial landscape shots, and it ends with Robert the Bruce dealing politics in Edinburgh. The time code is 000 until 21 minutes 3 seconds.
And at this point, we do not meet Mel Gibson in this cut.
Nope.
Best cut of the movie right here.
Well, the most tolerant cut of the movie. Yeah. All right. I'm going to start out by giving my speech.
Here we go.
I don't like him as a person, but God damn it, did he have a run from the mid '80s to the early 2000s before he lost his shit. Every movie he did, basically, other than the Man with No Face, which I think is very manipulative and not great. Every other movie though is pretty damn good. Even that Forever Young, where
I
he's
was
like
gonna ask Forever Young.
Frozen. That's a pretty damn good movie. It's still a pretty good movie.
Okay.
I mean, let's look up his list, his
Yeah.
lineage. If you've never watched a Mel Gibson movie, because he's kind of out of by his own accord, he's kind of out of the main movies. He's doing some new stuff, but I mean, have any of you seen Hunting Season, Monster Summer, Boneyard?
Daddy's Whom?
I've seen none of these movies. So basically, before I had to like really scroll back. He's in Daddy's Home and Daddy's
Right.
Home 2 and The Expendables, which are just bullshit movies.
I never seen any of those.
Yeah, but
Daddy's
then
Home
but
movies.
basically, for me, his last good movie was probably Signs in 2002. Because before that was We Were Soldiers, great movie. Now, how historically accurate is it? I'd kind of like to know, but there are no swords in it, so we can't watch it.
I mean, if Mel Gibson is good for something, it's taking history and just
Destroying
giving it his own sort of spin.
Oh yeah,
you
like
know?
the history of the Patriot
Yeah.
is bullshit. The history of Chicken Run, bullshit.
Uh, I really thought they stuck to the facts with Chicken Run. I mean, there's actually
No, there's a whole.
an
You gotta go to
epic
Reddit,
poem.
man. You gotta go to Reddit. You gotta learn the real story behind Chicken Run
Okay.
and what happened there. But I mean, this movie is a pretty big undertaking for a novice director. He had directed a couple of the things I think before this, right? But nothing of this scale. This was his first like major motion picture, which he does say he ripped off Rick's old friend, George Miller.
Mm-hmm.
He definitely like
Mhm.
for the fight scenes, he did a lot of editing, kind of the way George Miller did it, which was on a budget because you couldn't really show the stuff you wanted to show. So they did a lot of jump cuts, and there's in this movie, there's a lot of jump cuts when the fighting starts, which won't be in this piece, but later on, keep your eyes out for it. So, this movie, I mean, this movie's great. I love this movie. So I was super excited when I decided to do it. So, and I remember I was like, did I watch this last year? This is like one of those ones like Top Gun Maverick. I think I watch it once a year.
Mhm.
And at the end of it, I'm always like, I'm sitting there by myself, nodding my head, like, yeah, that's a great movie.
Yeah, this is an absolute dad movie.
Oh, 100%.
I don't think I've seen this since the 90s.
Really?
I'm trying to think of when I last saw it. And I remember being all about it back 95 is when it came out.
Mhm. 95.
And yeah, I mean, I definitely was. I was a huge like Lethal Weapon guy. Like
Sure.
I love those movies. I love the character of Martin Riggs, how crazy and nutty he was. Who knew that it was so close to but yeah, I kind of jumped. I'm looking at the filmography. I'm thinking I jumped ship after the Beaver, probably.
The Beaver?
The Beaver.
Yeah, it's
The
a
one he-
movie where he has like a beaver puppet.
Oh God, I didn't see that. So
Yeah. I did see we were soldiers. Speaking of We Were Soldiers, that's the only movie I've seen in the Man Chinese Theater. I was in LA when that came out in 2002, and I was like, I have to see a movie in this theater, and it happened to be We Were Soldiers. and I
it's
was
not
like,
a bad
all
movie to
right.
see. It's a pretty. I mean, there's a couple of dumb scenes because that kid from American Pie's in it, and he's fucking terrible. The I forget his name. The tall one, the big one, the big one.
Stifler.
No, Oz. I think his name's Oz. From how do I know his name's
Oh, Chris
Oz
Klein.
Yeah, he sucks as an actor. So, but the storyline's fun. Anyway, let's talk about this storyline.
Yeah.
Our first shot before we get to the actual the date that it shows for the movie. This I went and looked it up. I'm like, where did they shoot this? So this original sweeping shot of this valley with these mountains. This is the Glen Nevis Valley near Fort William. I don't know if that has anything to do with him in the Scottish Highlands, and it's where the ridge was used for the opening sequence, and then down below they actually built his town. That was where his town was going to be. So this the first part of this movie is shot in Scotland. As we're not gonna notice. They go to Ireland to shoot a lot of this movie. They shoot a lot of this movie, like these big sweeping hills and a plain fields where they have battles. That's mostly shot in Ireland. So, but when I first saw it and that music swells up and I'm like, that's James Horner, right? That's James Horner. And I went and looked it up and that's James Horner. So I was like, yeah,
That's James Horner.
yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, this starts with the 20th Century Fox fanfare and doesn't follow with instant Star Wars. So I was immediately like, all right.
All right, fine.
And then this Icon Productions logo comes up. But
Which is that's him. That's Mel Gibson.
Yep.
yeah,
Because he's done all of his weird Christian movies are now under Icon. So
the Braveheart logo comes up next. And I was like, what font is this? This looks like Atlantis, the Lost Empire.
Oh,
It
yeah.
does,
Some sort of
doesn't it?
like,
Yeah.
yeah, I wasn't sure if that was, papyrus or
it's not Papyrus because that's Avatar.
I'm not good with fonts, but I was like, what is this? Like, is this like some sort of, Celtic thing? Celtic is Irish, right?
Yeah, Gaelic, Celtic,
Gaelic,
yeah.
Celtic.
That's Irish.
Yeah.
But yeah, so going into this movie, I'm like, you're already there. They put you in the Highlands, and then Sean Connery starts talking and telling you that we've walked among you for millennia, and I didn't see that coming. But no, instead they show the year. It's like 12. What is it? 1280.
Yep. So 12 fun facts about 1280. It was a leap year that started on a Monday.
Oh, got a case of the Mondays. Well, this movie's got a case of the
What a
Mondays.
year.
I
Nice
was reaching for something interesting about that year. There's just a whole bunch of stuff that happens all around
I
the
love
world.
the 80s.
Nothing
What
really
was
bringing up.
Connor
What else
and
happened?
or Duncan MacLeod during in 1280?
So I'm glad you asked. I did look
Thanks.
that stuff up. We are still 238 years before the birth of Connor MacLeod.
Oh my God.
Duncan MacLeod is younger than Connor, so we got a
So
while
we need
go
to find
there.
out what's happening with Sean Connery. What was he doing?
So I can tell you that 5 years before this, in 1275, a immortal by the name of Tacne, who would later on go by the name of Juan Sanchez Villalobos Ramirez, fought the Kurgan in Babylon, and he only escaped because he fell off a cliff into the sea.
In Babylon. Okay, so was Babylon still around in the 1200s?
According to a Kurgan comic book, it was.
That's right around the time that David Gray wrote the song, right?
Yes. I got that reference.
Are you? Hey, it's a music reference. So, boy, I didn't realize. I thought Ramirez fought the Kurgan before, but I didn't realize how close it was to the battle that he had with the Kurgan in the movie. That it's
in
just,
Highlander
again, he's
times,
falling.
In Highlander time, it's not that much, not that much difference.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. Like, this battle with the Kurgan in Babylon is still 240 years until Connor is born.
Right.
And by the way,
then
Babylon was
however
completely
long after
abandoned
that.
and gone by the 10th century. So
Yeah.
that would have been 300 years before this. So just in case you're wondering. So this movie has problems. We're going to go through them as we can. When we get to each part, we'll kind of bring it up.
Yeah.
So
I do want to call out that so the guy who wrote this movie, who did the writing for it, it was what was his name?
Randall Wallace.
Randall Wallace. Yeah. So Randall Wallace was interviewed about, the historical inaccuracies, and he was mostly inspired by a 15th century epic poem called Blind Harry's The Acts and Deeds of the Illustre and Valiant Champion Sir William Wallace. And it's basically just, Blind Harry just singing the praises of William Wallace, and Randall Wallace took that and ran with it. Mel Gibson initially declined to direct this movie or star in it, but eventually he came around and decided, you know what, maybe I will.
he thought he was too old. He was 38 and William Wallace was 35. I'm like, that's not really that much of a difference. Also, you're an actor.
Not that much of a difference.
And also, you've already decided to completely bullshit this movie, so who gives a shit?
Yeah. As far as like real world stuff, it was released May 24th, 1995. It was a critical and commercial success, received praise for its battle scenes, production design, musical score, acting performances. Everybody from like the jump was calling it out for not being historically accurate at all, but it still got so many awards. In fact, this movie is the most decorated of our main feed movies when it comes to the Academy.
What?
The Oscars. So Braveheart got 10 nominations. It won 5 for cinematography, makeup, directing, sound effect editing, and it won Best Picture that year. The next most decorated movie that we've covered in the main feed is actually Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Tiger, yeah.
Also 10 nominations. They only got 4 Oscars.
Gotcha.
They got art direction, cinematography, foreign language film, and music. They lost out on Best Picture that year. And then the third most decorated film that we've talked about in the main feed is Mask of Zorro, which was nominated twice for an Oscar.
Okay.
Sound effects, editing, and just sound.
General coolness.
So this movie starts in 1280, but really the rebellion is from what 1297 to 1305. So it's like 8 years. So this movie is basically 8 years plus this basically the first cut is the 10 years before that.
Yeah, this is the setup.
Young
William
William and
Wallace
young
was
William's
born
father.
in 1270, so when we meet young William, he's about 9 or 10 years old.
Okay.
This thing starts off with a narrator, and I love that Randall and Mel, I don't know, both of them kind of, I don't know who this narrator is. I'm not sure who's the voice.
It's Robert the Bruce.
Oh, it's Robert the Bruce that's narrating it. Okay. Well, he says, I'm going to tell the story of William Wallace, and immediately says, historians will say I'm a liar. So it's just like covering my ass right up immediately, you know?
Yeah.
Like, because you're disagreeing with this story, it's because I don't know, you're a part of some sort of patriarchal thing that rules history, and probably
the victors create history. History is written by the victors, not by the people who lost.
Yeah,
but yeah, this is 1280, and also this is one of the biggest things, and I understand why they did it in the movie because we're stupid Americans, so they gave them kilts. There were no kilts for 200 more years. No one was wearing kilts, but they were like, it's just easier. And also you could literally put people in different colored kilts and be like, all right, they're from a different family. It's just easier. You know what I mean? It just makes this whole storytelling thing easier. So they fudged that. And I was reading through, I was just trying to like go through each thing. I'm like, all right, did they? And so they did, we'll get to it in a second, but they did live like this. They did hide their swords because at this time they were under the rule of King Edward the First. So we will find that out. We will find that out here in a second, because that's one of the things Robert the Bruce tells us is that Longshanks is our bad guy. He is the King of England. He was a real guy. That's right. He was Longshanks because he's tall. He was
6'2".
William Wallace was 6'5", which I found out. And I was like, wow, that's a big Scotsman.
It's way taller than actual Mel Gibson.
Oh, he's 5'10". But so Longshanks was Edward the First. His son was Edward the Second. In this movie, he's portrayed as fey or probably closeted in some way. We'll find out. But that is also not like, no one knows. That was just created. That whole story with him and his bride are also bullshit stories. So. It's just good.
I noted like this is like probably like the third or fourth time we've encountered big king or main villain whose son is a complete disposable person that just like completely ashamed of.
Well, a good movie has a fail son as the second person. It's always great to have somebody that's just completely useless.
Drogo. Actually, Drogo is a lot more effective than
he was. Yep.
Yeah.
But unlike Drogo, he makes it to the end. Edward II continues to live. But we'll get to that later.
Yeah, so, we haven't met Edward II yet. We've still got to stick with Little Will.
All right. So Little William and his parent, his father and his older brother,
young William's father, and
young William's
brother,
and his brother. Which he had multiple brothers and sisters. They don't have them in this movie. They basically just have it as two people. And also, William Wallace was not a farmer. He was a minor noble. His family was a minor noble. So they would have had nobility. This wasn't just a Robin Hood story of a young... Oh, actually, Robin Hood's fucking nobility. Never mind. But it's like not a person that, rising up out of nothing. He was something at the time. So, all right. So it begins. They're going to, all right, we got to keep all these names. They're going to see the McGregors.
So they're going to, Malcolm Wallace is going over to MacAndrew's farm because MacAndrew's, that's where the lords are gathering for this, one page only peace talk thing.
Yeah. So they're going to a peace talk with Longshanks. And he's like, well, I want to go. And they're like, no, you're a kid. Shut up. You're not going.
Young Andy energy.
And you know what I did not notice in this movie? There are a lot of mullets. Mm-hmm. This movie is mostly mullet.
Are they period appropriate mullets?
I don't know, but they've all got them.
Yep,
So
and a
they all
lot of
basically look.
braids.
They all basically look like they should be riding dirt bikes.
Well, that's what I was saying. He's got young Annie energy because he's got the little braid, he's got the hair kind of sticking up at the top and shaped at the sides.
If you haven't watched this movie yet and you're just wondering what kind of haircut he has, if you've seen Terminator 2, the redhead who helps out and basically saves the future by lying to a cop,
Yeah,
that kid's haircut. It's a
be like that
horrible,
kid.
it's a horrible mullet. So yeah, and his father and his brother go to the
Oh,
McAndrews
oh,
sisters' house.
also when we see William for the first time, I just wanted to note that his face is all dirty. It's kind of evocative of the famous image of Braveheart, William and the blue face paint in the end,
Mhm.
So I'm wondering if it's kind of like, giving a little taste of,
He was probably
uh,
just playing
maybe
in the
he was
dirt
just
because
in,
that's what
Yeah.
they do.
Children are
Yeah.
filthy. They're
They
filthy
are everywhere.
creatures.
If you watch real closely in this movie, they walk around in mud. This movie, when they shot in Scotland and when they shot in Ireland, it rained. This area,
Ugh.
it rains the most of anywhere in Europe, in this
Ugh.
area alone. And they said every day they were like, God damn it. And finally, they just said, we're shooting whether it rains or doesn't rain. And
Yeah.
actually, it helps. There are scenes where I remember, like later on, there's scenes in the movie where I'm like, oh, this part doesn't really call for it to be raining. It was just raining, and they were
Yeah.
shooting the scenes, and they're like, fuck it, just keep going.
I mean, when everything is like pristine and green around you, I mean, I think it's more realistic to see that they're like, dying in the mud basically while Longshanks is, ruling from afar.
Yeah. And it
So-
is great to see the people on the side of the road. There's some lovely filth down here.
Yeah, they're a bunch of mud farmers. So they go to the McAndrews sisters' house, and they go in, and of course they open
Mr. Sandman.
Yeah, they open the
Yes.
door, and let me say, everybody is hung like a horse.
Oh yeah.
They've hung everybody, the McAndrews children, everybody. Everybody's hung.
Every
And
single lord that showed up and every single page that accompanied them are all hung up in this barn. I don't know exactly how it happened because we don't get to see it. I imagine that it was one of those things where Mel Gibson was like, "Oh, we should show all of the lords getting ambushed and hung," and they're like, we're trying to not have an NC-17 here, Mel.
Right.
Thank you."
so yeah, they're all hung, and then they hear a sound, and it's young William. He's followed
Yes.
them,
Actively being traumatized by the second.
which makes me think either their horses are super slow, or this isn't very far from his house.
Yeah. That's fine. Yeah, young Satipo here comes in and just starts freaking out and bumping into all the corpses.
Yep, and he runs into it, freaks out. He's gonna have trauma forever.
Yeah. And Malcolm's like, "No, William, it's okay. It's okay. No, nothing about this barn is okay."
And he's like, William, where you see death and destruction, I see all the kilts we could ever need.
Oh yeah.
And look at how much rope there is in here. It's this,
And they hung it for us. They hung all the clothes for us. It's lovely.
this meat will dry out, and we'll be able to have tasty beef jerky of the the McAndrews sisters.
Salted beef.
Yeah, just throw a little salt on them. They're gonna be great. Oh, it's gonna be good. So
I like
Highland
that one of the
jerky.
corpses has a very silly face with his tongue like totally sticking
Yeah,
out, which really
that
got me
was
thinking.
a choice. That's definitely like, I know I'm going to be an extra. I know I'm going to be featured prominently as the camera's going by. I'm going to make it very hard to like not see me.
And they said that most of the extras, like for these type of things that are in this movie, are from something called the Irish Army, which is a bunch of reenactors. And the Irish Army also has sex. So when they fight in battle, sometimes some of the people who didn't like each other would hit each other a little harder than they needed to in the fights that will come up in later cuts.
They have
So-
sects or like sex with each other.
Sects. Sect.
Okay. Do they have a secretary?
Yes, probably. If you see more than 15 people in the movie in their extras, they're probably
They're sex.
they're probably sex. So yeah, this is a bunch of, we're gonna get to it later, but there's gonna be a lot of bog hacking in this movie.
Mhm.
I'm so glad we're back to the bogs. So the scene ends basically with the father kind of explaining this situation to his son, and then he's traumatized and sleeping in his horrible bed,
Mm.
and his dad is down in the main room talking to the families, I assume, of the town that they're from, because if I remember correctly, that's Murren's. And we have a friend named Murren.
Yeah.
That's not who this is. William Wallace's wife's actual name was Marion, and they were like, we can't do that. It's
too Robin Hood.
It's already too Robin Hood. So they just made her Murren.
Yeah.
Because they're like just kind of Scottish it up. I don't know.
Yeah. I want to call out real quick that we get young Will. He has a couple of run-ins with like ghost dreams, and this is the first one where like one of the hanging kids like talks to him, and then he wakes up and hears his dad down in the the powwow circle in there, concocting a little rebellion.
Yeah, and that's where we finally get to meet Angus for the first time.
Angus is here. Crossover. Angus MacLeod definitely is a part of the whole Wallace tradition, the story. The MacLeods kind of had to pitch in with the rebellion and all. James Cosmo, very excited to see him here.
And James Cosmo when he's young, because he plays old, even though he's only like 5 or 6 years older than Brendan Gleeson in this movie. He plays his father because they kind of wanted him young, and also he plays old. I mean, he looks gnarled. He's probably 30. He's probably 40 in this movie, but he plays up. He plays up to old later because they need an older gentleman.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he's great. I was so happy. It's funny, half this movie is Irish actors playing Scotsmen and Scotsmen playing Irish people, so it's all over the place. But they kind of all talk together, and they're gonna go and fight, I guess. And they're like, we can get together 50 people. I'm like, that's not enough people. Even I know that.
Like, there's no delusion that they're going to like win or anything. They just need to like fight and show their dissatisfaction with the whole slaughtering the lords thing.
Yeah. And so they go, I guess, and then they're gonna leave, and that's when I get my scene, which I was so excited again. What do you think? You gotta go, and I'm going with you.
I can fight. I can help.
He's like, you can fight, but you're not allowed to go because you're so tiny.
I really appreciate this like emphasis that Malcolm, and later when we meet Uncle Argyle, this emphasis on like wits are what separate you from like the beasts. Like that's what makes us men. The idea that, sword is good, but smarts is better.
Well, they wanted to kind of get us front loaded for when he comes back, and he's basically got James Bond training. Yeah. He knows a million languages. He's vet in tactics. He understands the way tactics work for large companies of men. Like, this is not something that a Highlander, which, by the way, they're not Highlanders. They're Lowlanders. William Wallace was not a Highlander. He's not from the Highlands. The Highlanders join them later, and they bring up being a Highlander. But I think, again, I really think the Highlander movie has gotten into the zeitgeist of everyone in their head. So when you hear Scotsman, you think Highlander. Even though, no, that's the whole point. They were the guys that lived in the mountains, and they didn't live in the mountains. William Wallace did live in the mountains originally. So
that's how land works. There are low parts. So somebody's got to live there.
Yeah. So he's a Lowlander.
So as
Bazil, wait, sorry.
Yeah. So as Malcolm and John ride off to fight the English with their buddies, we get a little scene with young William and young Hamish, and they're throwing rocks and, watching the English ride by. And we get a little bit of a taste of their dynamic where they're friends, but they're like rough and tumble friends.
Well, also, I think this is a really well-constructed scene. I don't think those guards are really there. I think because when they both come up over the hill, it's just the two stick things. I think that was their imagination. Yeah. I think in their imagination, they're British soldiers, and like, we're going to fight them. and then they come up and they throw their rocks at those heads of those, goat heads.
Yeah. I mean,
I
if this
really
was
like
the
the way that scene was done.
if this was the McAllister clan, they would be taking down these guys, no problem. They'd set traps up. But yeah, remember the days of youth, guys, when we used to just punch our friends right in the face all the time? It's just awesome. Brings me back.
You and your friends, you go out into the woods, you set up a couple of animal skulls and you start throwing rocks. And when you throw better than your friend, he gets angry and punches you in the face. This
square in the face, and it's
This
all cool.
this really reminds me of my childhood with my friend Greg, who had a farm, and they had a little creek, and they had like all this, like it was a very hilly area, and we would go. I mean, I bet we came back filthy too. We would be out there all day, basically beating each other up, having fights, playing make believe, and throwing shit. This is one of those where I famously used to take arrows and shoot them up in the air, and he and I would dodge them as they came back down.
I was such a soft boy. I would never like wrestle with my friends or fight with them or play fight.
Oh, we fought all the time. And then one time I've told this on other podcasts. This is when we both grabbed a electric fence to see if it was on. We both got electrocuted, and I woke up laying on the ground, and he woke up. He had fallen almost into the creek. I did like country shit. I didn't have a mullet, but I was close.
I was going to say, was it a creek or was it a crick?
Well, it was actually more of a pond. It's where the cows drank out of, but there was a creek down the other way. That's where we used to take the Ewok village from Star Wars, and we put that in the creek, and then we'd have our GI Joes play in there. So, I mean, it's pretty great when your friend has a farm, and he had ample amounts of dynamite fuse, so we could light things on fire and blow it up, basically. So it was awesome. But this reminds me a lot of that. Although I will say Greg was smaller than me. He wasn't. I would have been the Seamus of this group. But we didn't like punch each other in the face. Seamus just hauls off and punches William in the kisser, which is pretty great.
Is it? Wait, I wrote Hamish. Is it Hamish?
It is Hamish.
Sorry.
He's not ham. He's just ham-ish.
Yeah.
Well, I was just trying to keep, Jeff from emailing in. So we got it.
Yeah. We get a bit of a reverse Luke Skywalker moment where his family has gone off and he's left alone at the farm, and he walks out of the hut and he's looking out in the distance, and the sun has gone down, so it's just all dark. He's just,
and then you actually hear something in the distance, but I was like, is that the actual fight? Is he again just right over the hill? Like, how close is this fight happening? Because you hear kind of a ah.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah, if you listen really good, it's like a ah. And I was like, is that a bird? Is that a person? Like, what the hell is that? He wakes up. To this day, I think about this kid's face when he wakes up. He's like, oh, and he like wipes his nose. Like, he's basically had his face in a plate of salt that was on the table. So he's got that and some looks like hardtack over to the left of him. It's probably bread that is probably sucks. There's a cauldron.
Everything sucked back then.
I know, it's the olden times. But yeah, he wakes up and he's like, oh, what's going on? And then he kind of does his chores like a good little boy. And then the ox come back with his brother and dad.
Yeah.
These all the dads. Talk about dad core. These are all the dads coming to tell the kid, oh, your dad didn't make it.
Yeah. These cattle are one of the main clues that this is not the Highlands, because these are not Highland cattle. They're not bushy. They're not anything like that. These are English Longhorns, and English Longhorns, they're that bowed out low horn shape. They're native to northern England, which would be southern Scotland, which would be more or less this area where they're living, which is why they have these type of cows and not the fuzzy emo cows that the Highlands have.
Gotcha. Well, that's a fun little fact.
Mm-hmm.
So they show up and he's like, and Angus is going to tell him about his dad. He sees their bodies. He kind of touches his dad, which is that's a very kid thing to make it real. Like it feels weird because they're not moving.
Mhm.
This is our first gash of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me.
Excuse me. But I don't have to work blue.
Yep. Both Malcolm and John are slashed to ribbons.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like Malcolm's throat is like covered. Maybe that's just to keep William from seeing something really nasty.
Or yeah, he's got a Glasgow grin, which you'll learn about in later cuts. That's an actual actor in this movie has what's called a Glasgow grin.
Oh, right, yeah.
Which is that
I know what
giant
you're talking
scar
about.
on the face. Yeah. That's a real scar. But yeah, this is, he kind of is learning about death. And we see our first priest. I looked this up. I was like, what kind of priest?
Mm.
So these are Roman Catholic. This is before the Protestant Reformation or the Protestant whatever shit that happens later. So these are all Roman Catholics at this point.
Oh, speaking of Catholics,
Okay.
earlier the voiceover from Robert the Bruce mentioned that Longshanks was a pagan, which
He's not.
is funny because by 1280, Longshanks had led the Ninth Crusade.
Yeah, he's Catholic.
Full on, like his coronation was overseen by the Archbishop of Canterbury. He's not like the Sheriff of Nottingham in the Robin Hood Kevin Costner movie. He's not some sort of like weird pagan. He's literally just a Roman Catholic.
So yeah, they're gonna bury him, and he's speaking Latin.
Yeah, I gotta say, imagine just being like, oh, my dad died. Like, who's gonna talk? Oh, this person I can't understand at all.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
So the whole town shows up. So there's like 12 people. Great, because it's whoever's left.
Yep.
Of this town shows up. What are you gonna do today? Well, there's nothing else to do. Let's go to a funeral.
Yeah,
It's like that John Mulaney sketch. What are you gonna do today? I'm gonna go watch a boat. Wave at a boat. Do you know? No, I don't know anybody on it. It's back in the old times when you just waved at boats and went to funerals because there's nothing else to do.
Yep. We get a little bit of a shoulder pat from Hamish as they're walking away, and then the one other person that gives William attention is little baby Murrin.
Oh,
she feels sorry for him.
I told you guys that I was when I was on the cruise. It'll be the last time I talk about the cruise, obviously.
My God, fucking cruise.
And I was at this Abbey Road listening studios, and I got to listen to stuff on these really crystal clear headphones. A Gift of a Thistle. This actual track selection by James Horner was what was playing. So I'm assuming this is like going to come back again and again. Again, I've only watched this cut since 90 something. So
what's crazy is that after they all leave, that one guy stays and chops their heads off, and then lightning comes out of the sky, and he like does kind of like an orgasm face, and then leaves. It was so weird. I didn't see that coming.
Is this before William Stryker shows up?
Yes,
and to then recruit young William for X program.
Yes, the X program. Yeah, this is when so this is where we meet Uncle Argyle.
Yeah, I just want to call out real quick. The James Robinson, who plays young William, he is still acting. He's still appearing in things. He some of the latest things he's done have been Christmas movies, like Hallmark Christmas movies.
He's an Outlander.
Yep. But young Murrin,
high or low?
Outland is out.
There's high, low, and out. Is there an inlander?
Yes.
Obviously, there's an inlander.
Yeah, but
inlander, I don't even know her.
Young Murrin here is played by Myri Calvi. She went on to also be in the 2019 quasi sequel to this, Robert the Bruce.
Oh yeah, yes. We'll talk about that when we get to Robert the Bruce. But yeah, weird sequel. Probably
it's going to go on the wheel.
Probably closer to real time though. Well, it can go on the wheel if it has the swords in it. Does it? We got to know.
It's Robert the Bruce.
Yeah, it's the story of Robert the Bruce. It's going to be
starring the guy that played Robert the Bruce as Robert the Bruce.
What if it's just talking about? What if it's just about like politics and shit, statecraft? What if it's that? That sucks.
Yeah. I'm sure there'd be somebody like throw a sword on the ground and be like, there, look, sword.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get back to Uncle Argyle, the gargling gargoyle. played by Brian Cox.
Uncle Argyle, gargling Argyle. So he shows up. He's got a one eye, which is cool as shit. He's not wearing Argyle, which was a real bummer. Because I think his first name is Argyle. He's not of Clan Argyle.
No, he's Argyle Wallace. He is Malcolm's brother.
Do you think Argyle Wallace is a little on the nose on a name?
Should it be Argyle Tartan?
Yeah, Tartan. My name's Tartan. My name's Haggis.
And again, you guys say he's not wearing an Argyle. I mean, have you checked his socks? That's where
I don't know. Do they? Yeah, well, I mean, there are socks in this movie. Like they all wear those Highlander socks.
Okay. And I'm assuming the Highlanders wear the like high athletic socks, and like the Lowlanders wear like more like a crew.
And Outlanders don't wear socks.
Or like they're inside out.
Yep. So this is our Brian Cox moment. He was offered another part. Was he offered Robert the Bruce? I can't remember who he was offered, but he wanted this part. He could probably have been Longshanks too. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
But I mean, he wanted this part, which is a good part. It's one, he doesn't have to work that long. Two, he's kind of a badass. Like he just is like this wandering, like knight, like hedge knight, basically in Scotland. He knows all this shit. He's been everywhere. He's been to like Rome and all this stuff, which at the time that's like unheard of. So, he's been to all these places. So I think this, and also, I'm sorry, Robin, it's absolute bullshit. There is no Uncle Argyle. He did not have an uncle who basically taught him all this cool shit. They just needed it for the movie. It's awesome. I love it. Don't care.
And he doesn't drive limo?
He doesn't drive a limo. Sorry.
The hell? Okay. Well, I mean, I'll see what I can do. How does he use his sword as a cane ever? Like if he existed, is leaning on the sword with the point shoved into the ground, like okay because he's fictional?
Yes.
Okay.
I love Brian Cox when he eats the soup. This is good eating acting from Brian Cox because when Brian Cox eats the soup, first thing he does is kind of go, like, hey, it's pretty good soup. Which is pretty great. Like, there's no reason for him to make that face, but watch him. Right when he eats the soup, his eyebrows go up. He's like, "Yeah, that's pretty good." Hey, this kid knows how to make soup.
Might want to keep him around.
Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah.
He may not know how to speak Latin, but that'll be easily, fixed.
Mm-hmm.
I can teach you Latin. I can't teach you how to make soup correctly. For the love of God.
I'm going to expose you to all sorts of different types of soups and stews. Chowders.
Chowders.
A chili. Have you ever heard of a chili before?
Oh, yeah. Don't put beans in it. Like, we do Texas chili around here.
That's why they adopted the kilts early.
And if we go far enough east, you can find out what a curry is. Oh, boy.
It'll burn your face off.
Oh.
Can you imagine a Scotsman or anyone from England at this time? Even at this time, shit. I just watched a Jolly episode, those two British guys where they let British kids eat stuff. To this day, like as of 2 months ago, they ate something. They were like, "Oh, this is so spicy." It's like, fucking come on, guys.
What is this? It's Heinz ketchup.
Yeah, it's like you got to get on the spice. Because it was not whatever it was. I can't remember what it was, but I would never use the word spicy for what it was. I was like, is it, you mean flavor? That's what I'd yell at my dad when he's like, "Oh, why is this so spicy?" I'm like, "That's pepper, Dad. It's pepper and salt." Okay.
I just, again, I'm a soft boy. Like, and it might be because of my English heritage, but yeah, like I cannot deal with spice. I'm just like, I'm in pain. This sucks.
I'm talking about well-seasoned food, not spicy food.
If it causes pain, it's more than seasoned. I like seasoning. I like flavor. I don't like being assaulted in my mouth.
And
Speaking of,
unless I'm in prison.
Come on, that was a good joke. And a peppered. Come on, you're assaulted and a peppered.
That was good. Did you hear the thing where I made a joke about prison?
I heard that. That was great.
Okay, all right. Let's let Rick talk.
I mean, speaking of flavor, Brian Cox was in 2 movies set in this general area of the world back in 1995. We watched on the Patreon for a TC Boo. We watched Rob Roy. Mm-hmm. He was in Rob Roy the same year that this came out. I think Rob Roy is arguably the more historically accurate of the two movies. But it's been, I think, a year and a half since we watched it. So my memory of Rob Roy is not what it should be.
Also, do we know if William Wallace had the same crank hog size as Liam Neeson's Rob Roy? We got to figure that out.
Yeah, probably
someone
not.
put in the internet, how big was William Wallace's crank?
Yeah, there's a scene in a later cut where there's a lot of kilt lifting, and they are very, very deliberate about cropping the shot.
He's 6'5". I'm just saying. He might have a giant crank. I don't know. So this is, and right when he meets Argyle, then we get our next, like as Rick is calling it, like his ghost visions. So he has this ghost vision of his dad, and basically he lays with his dad. Like his dad's just like, "Hey, what's going on? I'm just gonna talk to you while
it's
I'm
very
dead."
casual. It's like,
It
hey,
is super cash,
buddy, your heart's free. You got to have the courage to follow it. Ignore the fact that I'm a fucking corpse.
and I've been dead for years, but I've got this thing in my chest.
He should have like yelled back in his face, like, "No, my heart is brave, Dad."
And then the
It's
pipes.
not called Freeheart.
Then the pipes are calling. You're just naming Care Bears at this point, Robin. Freeheart,
Braveheart, Thunderheart.
So they the Scots are playing bagpipes.
Outlawed tunes on
Outlawed pipes. Now this is a James Horner original also. This is not an actual song. They wrote this. He wanted it to kind of be like the theme song. So he wrote it based on other Celtic and Scottish songs, but this is a fake. Sorry, Robin. This is not a real outlawed song.
All right. I just thought it was funny that a guy named Horner was playing pipes.
Well, he doesn't play the instruments.
Oh, okay.
Robin, you do know that composers don't play all the instruments. It's not Prince. Like he just
they're a one-man jam band.
Yeah, he's not what's his face from Mary Poppins. He's not Bert. He doesn't have like cymbals on his legs and an accordion on his back. So he's out there and he holds up his uncle's sword and he's like, basically, I'm going to teach you to use this. And he pokes him in the head before I'm going to teach you to use this.
Yeah, so, we're going to take you away for an undisclosed amount of time, and you're going to come back and looking exactly like Mel Gibson.
Well, it's 17 years. It's not an undisclosed.
Did they ever say it, or is it like
they say basically meanwhile or some years later?
Yeah,
but I have the benefit of looking it up. So because 1297 is when the Wallace revolt began. So that would have been this.
And so he trains with Jor-El between cut 1 and cut 2.
Yes.
This
is when he goes to the Fortress of Solitude and he throws the green piece of glass into the thing, and then he becomes
it's a Blarney Stone.
Yeah,
that's Irish.
I've kissed the Blarney Stone. I've put my lips on that thing, that nasty piece of, and it's pretty hilarious because you do have, if you've ever seen how you have to do it, you have to lay backwards and you have to literally be pulled backwards to kiss the Blarney Stone. There's no way to kiss it any other way. It's one part of this castle. It's not like it's in a room like the Rosetta Stone and you walk up to it and you kiss it. It's part of a castle wall. And the only way to get it to it is to lean over backwards off a parapet with someone holding your legs and you kiss it.
And what is the Blarney Stone doing for you? Is it like a working vacation?
Yes. It gives me the gift of gab. It gives me the noodling that I become so good at.
I could get off my notes if I would just kiss a Blarney Stone once in a while. You know? Yeah. Seriously.
You could just freestyle a little.
Yeah.
All right. So they leave there, and we see many years later.
Yeah. No fanfare at all. Like this, they're leaving. No one's like, bye. No. Like William's literally looking off the back of the cart, like, no one? Really? And then you little Mern. All right.
I guess I'll just take this fucking thistle with me. I guess that's the only thing I have. And my soup bucket.
Yeah.
Which Uncle Argyle wouldn't let me leave without the goddamn soup bucket.
Yeah. What?
So yeah, it goes to England and we're at the wedding. We meet Longshanks, played by the perfectly cast Patrick McGowan.
Patrick McGowan. The prisoner. himself.
Mm-hmm.
That's really all I know him from.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Well, you know what? He
and
was born in Astoria, Queens, in New York City. Yeah, he's literally American.
oh,
But I mean, he plays a really good Longshanks evil guy in this movie. I really love it because
Yeah.
in my mind, this and the next movie are really the only two movies I kind of know him from. I know he was in other stuff, like I know he was in famous shit. What was it? A Time to Kill, stuff like that.
well, in The
Scanners.
Phantom, he played the Phantom's dad, according to IMDb.
Yeah, but he's in this, and then he's the Phantom's dad. Those are the two movies I know him as. I love the Phantom, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Young Phantom's dad.
he's young Phantom's dad. So yeah, he plays this, and we've got Longshanks and his son, who perfectly cast this shitheel. You see him, and you're like, I hate this guy.
Yeah.
I immediately hate this guy.
Yeah. So you said we're in 1297.
Ish, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So they this movie really highlights, Edward Longshanks just being an absolute bastard, and I just wanted to highlight one of the bastardy things that he did in real life. 7 years prior to this, in 1290, Longshanks enacted something called the Edict of Expulsion and basically drove every Jewish person out of England.
Oh,
Like
wow.
literally dragged them down to the channel, put them on boats, and said, "Get out."
Fine.
Yeah, the guy was not a good person. So literally all the villainy that they portray him in, like, sure, he wasn't like 100% of the villain 100% of the time, but like, yeah, he was not a good guy. And Edward II, in historically, he did marry Prince Isabella of
Prince.
France, but
Princess.
Yeah.
yeah,
Wait,
Princess Isabella.
He wishes it was Prince.
But Isabella was born in 1295, and she married Edward II in 1308 after Longshanks died, when she was the ripe old age of 13 and Edward II was 24.
Gotcha.
Oh.
So they have equalized the ages a bit for multiple reasons.
So she should be 2 here.
Yes.
Exactly.
And not married to him. Because later on in like one of the cuts when we get to it, Longshanks dies right before Wallace does. But that didn't happen. He literally lived like another 2 years. It's almost like this whole movie's bullshit, Robin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also in this scene, as Edward II is like, "Oh, I don't know about marrying a lady. I don't know about that." We get a glimpse of Philip, who is Edward's favorite. I think that's a phrase that they used back in courtly times. He is pretty much an allusion to a character named Piers Gaveston, the first Earl of Cornwall. And there's a lot of like speculation that
First
Piers
Earl of
Gaveston
Cornwall
and Edward II were actual lovers and stuff like that. There's a whole lot of like political shaking going on between Edward II and Isabella with her, guy that she hooks up with later on. It's this whole other thing that is not going to be explored in this movie.
Yeah. Yeah, I loved Philip. Philip has some real like Prince Humperdinck energy. He looks a lot like young Chris Sarandon to me.
Yeah, he's very good looking. Still an actor. I saw a picture of him. I'm like, wow, he's still gorgeous. Good for him. Good for you, buddy.
And shall we talk about Sophie Marceau?
Yes.
This is Sophie Marceau plays Isabel. She gorgeous. And right around this time it came out, she was in this, and she was in The World Is Not Enough. That was Electra King. And yeah, I gotta say, I was very, very but unfortunately her stock dropped because the next thing they tried selling us with was her and David Spade in a romantic comedy, Lost and Found. You guys remember that at all?
No.
Yeah. She's this beautiful woman that falls in love with David Spade, and because of mix-ups or
what's really confusing is that she also looks like the actress who played the princess in The Three Musketeers. Like it's like they have a
Gabrielle
very
Anwar?
they have a very similar like whatever they're going for here. Maybe it's because they're both supposedly French.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, she was in a lot of good, like she was in Anna Karenina. She was in the 1999 Midsummer Night's Dream that had a stacked cast.
Yeah, she had a lot of good movies before in the 90s, early like the 90s basically. Yeah.
She
was
had
in a movie
lot
called
more,
Revenge of the Musketeers.
She was in a lot of French stuff. We'll say that much.
Oh, she plays Eloise D'Artagnan, so maybe she is. And now I'm really confused. Wait, she plays the character who he marries? All right, well, I obviously am not the only person who noticed this thing.
She was in LOL / Laughing Out Loud with Miley Cyrus.
Oh, okay. All right.
Well, that's not going to help your career.
Yeah. But hey, I'm hoping things are.
So he gets married to her. It's a terrible marriage. It's already going to be bad. And so then we go to Mullet Central, which is where Robert the Bruce is hanging out. What is this, Edinburgh?
Whoa. We're skipping past
oh my God, you're right. I am so sorry. We skipped him talking about the Scots are full of Scots.
Yeah.
I apologize.
Longshanks is in his room of sycophants.
Yep.
He's talking about, I got all these good ideas.
He keeps saying things like Venezuela. Everybody's like, whatever, man.
Like,
Greenland, my land.
I need to project strength to the other world leaders. And the best way to do that is by controlling my island. And I can't control the Scots without the nobles. And so we're going to do a little bit of a noble swap. We're going to give Scottish nobles English land and English nobles Scottish land. We're going to get that sort of like taxes crossover situation. And the English nobles don't want to go to Scotland.
Yeah, they got to be convinced with something like, okay, how about, okay, sure, not everybody wants to go to Scotland. Okay, how many of you people are complete assholes and awful? Okay,
well, the first thing they try is he's like, we're gonna do tariffs. We're doing tariffs, and everybody's like, that's a terrible idea. What about prima nocta? Okay, that's my second idea. Okay, that's not so bad. You know what? That's actually more financially responsible than tariffs. They all look around the room, like, that's not bad.
Oh my God! Like I am having like a flash to the future. Like, hello, I'm Michael Barbaro, and this is The Daily. Today, we're talking about Trump's new policy of prima nocta.
Well, oh my God. If any asshole's going to do it, it's going to be that
asshole. And they let you do it when you're a celebrity.
Yes, you can do whatever you want. You can grab them by the prima or the nocta. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he looks so cool in this scene. Like, it's such a good outfit. Didn't this get the Longshanks? Yeah.
Okay.
It's a good look for him. And he seems very pleased with himself, too.
I also enjoy that he he doesn't mind. He knows that this woman is already smarter than his son. Mm-hmm. And he's like, all right, if you want to be the ruler, when my son doesn't want to be, that's fine. Like, he's not mad. He's mad at his son because his son's a piece of shit. But yeah, he's kind of like, I kind of like the metal. Also, he definitely wants to say prima nocta in front of her.
At this point, he's not mad. He's just disappointed.
I'm just disappointed. My fail sons.
Yeah,
this is Eric the Longshanks. And Longshanks Jr. They're the worst.
So like you said, he brings up prima nocta, and then he has to explain it for the audience.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sexual.
Well, because unless you've seen, the only other movie to ever bring it up is fucking Avengers Age of Ultron. You don't remember that part?
Remember that.
You don't remember when Tony Stark goes to pick up Thor's hammer and he says, the first thing I will be doing is reinstating prima nocta?
Oh my God. Yes, that's right.
And it's like, what the fuck, man? Come on.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
He's a futurist. You know?
I'm the futurist, everyone. Yeah. I just watched that movie recently, so it's in my head.
So yeah, I don't know who these other dudes are. I just wrote dude with a chainmail hat because I don't know who he is, but he's
chainmail hat.
Yeah. Sorry, helmet. I don't know. It's a big thing that goes over his head.
It's like a balaclava kind of.
Yeah,
it's like a
coif. Is that what a coif
A
is?
coiffure. Well, she's French, so she'd call it a coif. He'd probably
Yeah.
call it. I really hope the English word for that is hat. Don't put on your metal hat and let's
No.
go to war.
Yeah. I think it was that guy who was just like, "Hey, it's a great idea," and Longshanks is immediately like turns right on. Is it like oh, we're all laughing? You're laughing with me? No, like you can shut up.
He looks at him. He's like, "Do you concur?" And he doesn't concur. So he's like, "Oh God damn it! Why didn't I concur?" I also just watched Catch Me If You Can recently.
Yeah.
Nice.
So are we ready to go to the mud hole that is Edinburgh?
Yeah, sorry about that.
It's pronounced Edinburgh, just so you know.
Good
Are you
God.
sure?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's not how the Bruce says it.
Well, they keep getting things wrong. They're gonna get this word wrong apparently because
I've been to Edinburgh. Is that supposedly supposed to be Edinburgh Castle?
I think it's supposed to be.
I think down in down in Pennsylvania, I went to Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh. So we are on top of the mountain where the Edinburgh Castle is. They just haven't built all the other shit around it yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's only 1297. So
Sure.
Not that. They got plenty of time before we get to nowadays.
Sure.
Yeah. But yeah, Angus McFadden, everybody.
Mhm.
He is here to play Robert the Bruce. Played nice tie-in. He was Zeus in the Jason and the Argonauts miniseries.
And another tie-in for you, Robin, is that he played Jor-El on Superman and Lois.
I wrote in my notes, most importantly, he played VHS Jor-El, who
Yes.
shows up for 2 episodes and then all of a sudden, oh no, his file's deleted. Oh well, I guess we couldn't afford Angus McFadden anymore.
I don't know why.
Yeah. And
If you look at his IMDb, it's not great.
hey, he was in a couple of Saws.
Okay, good.
Saw 3 and 4.
Oh, those are my favorites.
But yeah, Robert the Bruce, the rumored next king of Scotland, where of course the last king would be Forrest Whitaker.
Yep. You may know him from such things as Horizon and American Saga, Chapter 1. Or what was the other thing he was in? That
Superman
Robert the
and
Bruce sequel that he did.
Yeah, it fascinates me that he's like. I wonder if they have you guys seen it before? Because
I'm interested in now that we've talked about it more and more.
do they go like, oh, this is not associated with this is where we get Robert the Bruce right?
If it helps, the poster of the movie, he's holding a sword, guys. So
yeah, if he runs into another guy with sword,
this may need a TC boo.
I'm thinking it needs to be. I mean, now that we're deep into Braveheart,
It's got
now
Jared
I'm really
Harris in
curious.
it. Jared Harris. Hello. Other
yeah.
people.
Yeah.
And so basically we just meet him for like a second and he kind of mentions his dad. They kind of mention his dad, but then he kind of looks up at this tower and then that's basically where we are.
Yeah, there's like a shadowy figure up there and that's his dad.
Man in the High Castle.
Yeah, but otherwise he's hanging out with Craig and Mornay are the 2 other guys that he's talking to. Craig played by John Kavanagh.
Okay.
Let's see, what are his top ones? He was in Alexander. He was in The Last Duel. He played a priest.
Yep. And then Mornay, which is before they became when they moved from France, they were De Mornay, but they moved to Scotland. They just became Mornay.
Yeah, he was in Krull.
Yes, he was.
What?
He's the original brigand. He's the number 1 brigand in Krull
Played Torkel.
that we watched 1,000,000 years ago.
I know.
He
just
was
had
also
hairs.
in The Mummy Returns.
He is in The Mummy Returns. Yes.
Yep.
Is that a sword movie?
And he also has, Robin, you can't tell because of all the clothes he's wearing. He has a killer rack. You just can't see it. Any Mornay, he has a killer rack.
It'll be my background next week. Or next time.
His ample bosom for Robert the Bruce. Robert the motorboater. And that's kind of where it is now. We have these they're wearing tartans. I have not looked up yet because we just got to them if these are accurate to their names. Is that Robert the Bruce's is that the Bruce tartan? Because here's what I've learned. I am just Scottish enough to be dangerous. So it's like when you go look these things up, there's a million different affectations for these. There's a major one. There's a ceremonial one. There's one that's like fancier. There's especially I am the most common white Brit, of course, because I am as white as it gets. Of course I am McDonald of Slate, which is like literally the most like generic. If you go look at it, it's the McDonald tartan that they wore in the 80s, what the McDonald's employees wore. It's like that big patch of green and red. There's no cool colors in it. It's very boring. But my people are from the north part of Scotland. So that's all I know. That's all I got. But I've looked up tartans before, and at a certain point, you're like, these all, I don't mean to be racist, but these all look the same. But Robert the Bruce is wearing this cool one that's kind of like, it's actually hilariously looks like what Ronald McDonald's color scheme is. It's white, red, yellow, and orange. And then we've got De Mornay. He's wearing like just a darker green, and then the other guy is also green. So we'll get into a little tartan talk as we go through this movie.
Tartan talk.
I mean, we already know because I mean, the only thing that I will say that they're doing correctly, well, not with these guys. If you notice, the lords aren't wearing it around their bodies. They just wear it around their shawls. It's just shawls. Like they're wearing like leather armor. I don't know if that was a lord thing. I mean, the leather armor is probably closer to what they actually wore at this time, but they have like a long kilt. The original kilts were, we'll see it later. When Braveheart is wearing his kilt, it also goes up onto his arm over his shoulder. Like and it's also can go over his head. It's got a million functionalities, and it was called the long kilt because it was literally a 10-foot piece of material that wrapped around you as a kilt, but then also around your shoulders. You could do anything with it. So.
Yeah, I think the grand kilt or whatever was like 10 yards.
10 yards. Jesus Christ. That's
like
even bigger.
You had to like lay it out and then like pleat it for like 15 minutes before you can lay down on it. And even then it's like just a massive amount of fabric, but it's very utilitarian.
Well, isn't it all made out of wool? So it's the itchiest thing in the world.
It's like a Scottish toga.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I figured it out, guys. We can end the podcast now.
Robin's had a breakthrough, guys.
It's just a Scottish toga.
Everybody at home was like, "Huh."
That explains so much now. But yeah, like you said, we got Robert the Bruce. He's just hanging out with his boys. He's looking up at the parapets because the shadowy figure's creeping around. We're gonna get into that later.
We'll meet that.
There's still plenty to get into.
We'll meet that horribly W.C. Fields of fathers with a giant schnoz later.
Yeah, he's not going to be a Skarsgård. So just keep that in mind. He's not a Skarsgård.
Oh yeah, the Skarsgårds they haven't dominated American movies yet at this point. This is before the great Skarsgård revolution.
Right.
So yeah, and this is a great first cut. These are all going to be around 21 minutes ish, right? 21, 22. Super happy so far.
Yeah.
Although I haven't seen Mel Gibson yet.
No. But
I want the number one mullet on the cast list. I want number one mullet to show up.
The mullet.
That's right. You'll just have to stick around because next time, after his many years abroad, William Wallace returns to his homeland and reconnects with his kin. It's all song and dance until the local lord comes calling to claim his right of prima nocta. With a dream of pastoral life, William woos Murrin McClana, despite the misgivings of her father. Hoping to avoid the gentry, Murrin and William marry in secret, but trouble comes calling when Murrin is assaulted by a runner-up in an Andy Circus lookalike contest. William fights the local soldiers, but they capture Murrin before she can escape. Will William find Murrin before it's too late? Have we not learned to live together in relative peace and harmony? Find out in Cut 2 of Braveheart.
Who wants to live forever?
Love must die, right?
Yeah. Yeah, every time when I was putting that together, every time I saw that damn soldier, the only thing I could think of was, man, how is that not Andy Serkis?
Well, Wonder if Andy
I look
Serkis,
forward to
what he was working on at that time.
Yeah.
Who knows? Probably Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, probably.
But
All that pre-fizz and stuff like that.
I'm excited. I'm excited for the next episode.
Yeah.
We're in the Highlands. It's going to be fun.
We're going to reconnect with the Road Warrior.
Yep.
We've gone beyond Thunderdome.
All right, cool. Well, then I'll see you guys in 2 weeks for some more kilt laying, tartan splaying, rock throwing goodness.
Okay. I'm playing a bagpipe silently. Here we go.
Okay. I'll say, you're playing it full volume. It's just Zoom is cutting it out.
Oh yeah, it always cuts out music.
Going over the
He's
sound
playing
gate,
outlawed pipes on an outlawed Zoom.
Yeah. The Zoom has outlawed the noise of the pipes.
Yep.
Oh,
all right. Well, we'll see you all in a couple of weeks. Clang, clang.
Clang, clang.
As do you think you're going?
I'm going with you.